Hi. As you know, I have given the second intermission already, so this shall be the third video of reform of special education. Okay, things to consider. These are not necessarily my views. And these are, as a matter of fact, just things I think that should be considered. Just things that I think should be considered. Okay? Okay. As it goes, let me give you some, let me throw some things at you. Okay. First of all, abolish the teachers' union. Abolish teachers' union, okay? You guys think about it. Aren't they basically paid? Well, they are. As of now, or in nonsensical situations, they would have the ability to strike, and by that logic, students would be deprived of an education. They could be. Once again, not my views, things I think that should be considered. That goes for everything in this podcast. Okay. Second of all, proposed system. What is my proposed system for you? What is it? Well, first of all, here's the first part. For someone to teach high skill jobs. That is, high skill jobs, high skilled. Let's think of some jobs. What are jobs someone can get with high skill that one would not need a college education for? There's a lot of times college educations do not come with the skill set that comes from certain special education courses because of A through G requirements, no diploma, only certificate, no diploma, etc. Because those are two scary things, two really scary things of special education. Sometimes it causes people not to have as high earning jobs as they could have if the system had been different. Yeah, it's sad, but that's the way it is sometimes. Okay. So first of all, have people go into the special education classrooms, the neurological diversity, get into the workforce also. Neurological diversity. Okay. Teach high skill jobs. Such as, I'll give you some examples that I have heard. What are high skill jobs someone could have without being, having a college degree? Well, maybe there are more of them than one could think. Maybe I won't actually give you any examples. I'll give you one. You could be an elevator mechanic. Jobs with skills. Okay. Now, as far as college education, perhaps you could have a challenge test also. If someone has an education that does not fit A through G requirements, perhaps give them a challenge test. Like, for instance, there was that guy in the student I will not name who took Special Math 1. Yeah. Perhaps he could have taken a challenge test and would have went on to taking regular Math 2 the following year. But the current bureaucracy does not allow that. So yeah. Challenge test. Perhaps also give them a challenge test, because people don't acknowledge this, but there is a lot of hype to go to different universities. Perhaps I'm contradicting myself because I think I've said previously in arguments like this, if you're gonna do the university hype thing, another challenge test could be so the people who the A through G challenge test one, maybe create job learning programs at universities. Just do the social aspect of going to a big university could be there. Like developmentally disabled people could go there. The other programs could be there just to teach them like a trade. So often I've heard that a lot of testing programs create extra testing to weed people out that perhaps are lazy. Maybe wave those things aside if someone is developmentally disabled. Get to the point in the job where they can just have like the point of doing the work. If it's really basic, just teach them that one point and have them do the job. They just don't have a lot of bureaucracy or systems like that, okay? I would imagine that would help a lot of the neurologically diverse population, or the learning disabled population, the developmentally disabled population, the mentally disabled population. The term could be neurologically diverse. That could be one thing, yeah. Okay, another thing would be teach them about taxes. Okay? I've heard the IRS always changes the rules, the IRS. Okay. Yeah, I will actually show you something. The IRS does that's usually a pretty common reason why teachers do not teach about taxes, because the IRS keeps changing the rules. Okay. Teach about taxes. Teach about taxes. Taxes. Okay, understanding taxes, teachers say Internal Revenue Service. The traditional approach is students complete downloaded worksheets, classroom activities, or students can complete work online and take part in interactive activities and simulations. Okay. Does teaching about taxes seem as intimidating as completing your yearly tax forms? Don't worry. Understanding taxes can be customized to fit your own benefit teaching style. You have the freedom to choose which activities, and methods of instruction work best for the needs of your students. Teaching taxes, the traditional approach as students complete downloaded worksheets, classroom activities, and assessment pages, or students can complete work online and take part in interactive activities and solutions. Okay, here it is one, apps.irs.gov. Okay, here's the website. You take a good look at it. You can probably see what is in the search engine, so you would know where to get it at this point, yeah. My thing would be especially teach them about the system, such as a flat tax and a regressive tax and progressive tax. Okay, I won't dive too much into that, but pretty much I have said how in arguments that I like to be considered how a flat tax is an argument. Flat tax may be the best, or maybe the main devil's advocate here, because I don't want to give away my political views at all. Not at all. I don't want to give them away. Okay. See, and teach about climate change. Teach them both sides of the debate. Not just, see, people think often it's the people that want the Green New Deal, then it's the skeptics and the deniers. Also, there are the people that are more moderate, such as Dan Crenshaw, Dijon Lomborg, and Michael Schellenberger. Yeah. Teach them about that, about climate change. Okay. And I perhaps should show you some videos about climate change, but also teach about budgeting. Teach how to budget money. Yeah, teach how to have a day-to-day budget. Self-development, teach about budgeting. Self-development should be a big part of this education. Okay, give internships, obviously, or this is going to be a part where people might get mad. Okay. The Daily Show did something with the guy Peter Schiff. Peter Schiff, Daily Show. Take a look at it. How they made it sound like he did something offensive. I will show you the clip actually. Peter Schiff, Daily Show. Okay. The truth behind my Daily Show appearance.
Get trained in less than a year at Universal Technical Institute as an auto or diesel
technician. Okay, there's an ad. YouTube's got to make money, that's why they have ads. Hey, look, I just taught you business there. Okay, the truth behind my Daily Show interview. Peter Schiff, this is his YouTube channel, 422,000 subscribers. Peter Schiff subscribed. Okay, take a look, Peter Schiff. Perhaps I made that math mistake on purpose originally to show humility. Perhaps. Let's take a look at this.
I got to address the Daily Show. This is my first time. I was out in Orlando for the Money Show, so I missed the opportunity to immediately respond to the Daily on my Facebook page and on Schiff Radio, I put out some written responses to the Daily Show hatchet job, but I never really had a chance to personally address it, in this format. So I'm going to basically spend a good part of today's show really dissecting the Daily Show interview and really exposing it for what it is. Because, what is amazing to me, more so than what the Daily Show did, and of course, people are going to say, Peter, what did you expect? I mean, it was an obvious trap. Sometimes you walk into an obvious trap on the chance that maybe it isn't a trap. They lied to me in writing and even during the interview. They said, don't worry, Peter, we're not going to try to make you look bad. We're going to give you a fair airing. We want to get your opinion. We're not going to take anything out of context. So in other words, they lied through their teeth over and over again. Now, they're trying to make me look bad because I oppose the minimum wage. So they think that's a horrible thing, but they have no problem with lying. Lying is perfectly okay. And I guess, liberals believe in theft. They think that's okay, so why should they think there's anything wrong with lying if you have to lie to get what you want? So they did that, and yeah, they fooled me, right? Although I was suspicious, but I didn't think they would make it this bad. They actually exceeded my expectations on how low they would actually sink to outrage their audience, to maybe get a laugh. I didn't even think it was that funny, and to advance their political agenda. But what's even more troubling than the Daily Show is the reaction. I mean, first of all, the audience for the Daily Show. I mean, they actually think this stuff is real. They think this is a legitimate interview. They don't think it's a comedy skit. They think that the words they're hearing are the words that I spoke. I mean, yes, I spoke those words, but not in that context, not in that order, right? What they do is they interview me for 4 hours. And believe me, I tried to leave several times, and I should have just walked out the door. But they really wanted to keep me there, and they kept asking me these questions. And I was like, well, don't you have enough yet? I mean, why are we still having this discussion? Obviously, they needed a lot of material to try to piece it together in the way that they wanted. But what ends up happening is they take unrelated statements that I make and put them together. They juxtapose things in a certain way to create a certain impression. I mean, you'll see Samantha B asking a question, and then you'll see my answer. But my answer they're showing isn't to that question. It's to a different question. In some cases, my answer is from 2 or 3 different questions, and they take little bits of the answer and they smush them together to make an answer that I didn't actually give, but one that fits with their agenda, which is to make me look.
Okay, you don't know my political views despite that. You don't know my political views. You know mine. This guy, Peter Schiff, he is libertarian. I'm not trying to elicit a divide here. Let me tell you what an argument Peter Schiff would be. Okay, minimum wage was created, I believe he said in the Joe Rogan Experience episode, on the Joe Rogan Experience. He has only appeared in one Joe Rogan Experience. Okay, Peter Schiff, Joe Rogan Experience. If you will take a look, he has appeared, now Joe Rogan interviewed on the minimum wage. This is 3 years ago. I believe he has equated minimum wage to being a system in which skilled workers get money that unskilled workers don't. Because you see, if someone does not fit the criteria to get the minimum wage, then they do not get the job. They become unemployed at the minimum wage instead of employed at below the minimum wage. Okay, so my thinking is what should happen is that perhaps people that are mentally disabled, after getting the training from people walking into their classroom, like first people walk into their classroom, the high profile job people such as, well, you name it, Joe, the elevator mechanic, Bob, the high profile job holding Bob guy. I don't know what else I could say about him, and then they can discuss with him, him or her, or them in the case of pronouns these days. Once again, I'm not trying to be political. For all you know, I don't like I don't like the whole pronouns for genders and transgender things. For all you know, I do like it. You don't know my political views, but the point being, first train them to get the skills, then have them go out and have them get perhaps above the minimum wage, or maybe the minimum wage if like they're being tested out. But then this is where things could happen. Okay, you see, I would be a fan of the police being more numerous police. Perhaps you could train them, the same people that are police, also in sociology and enough to be social workers or peer educators. You could train them to do that also. So that way they could have a lot of police appear at scenes where developmentally disabled people are working to make sure that they are not taken advantage of by the employers, not taken advantage of, no taking advantage, and also so that they are in a very nice position with the employers. Yeah, so they're in a very nice position if they deserve the position, and that if they have meltdowns or perhaps anger management, they could have them be taken outside and they could have the police give them a talking to. They'd be like peer educators, the police. Yeah. Okay. Now let's take another look. So make it harder to fire them, perhaps for poor socialization or bad behavior. Implement more laws with that. Yeah. You might be like, well, that's not capitalistic. Well, I'll tell you something, though. I will tell you something. Disabled people are under the arguments that perhaps many libertarians or whatnot, or what have you, people that like the free market, whether they be classical liberals or libertarians or conservatives or whatever, people that favor the free market, there's such thing as an externality. Disabled people being perhaps an altruistic element of society, and an altruistic economic element of society that could affect more than one party are an externality. Okay, so therefore putting more systems together to help them out, perhaps in lower ways, is justified. I think under that ladder of thinking, that is a good argument. Yeah, that's a good argument. Okay, so like I've said, no minimum wage, but have first of all have them trained and have them go in, yeah, and have police make sure they're not taken advantage of by the employers. Yeah, there'd be extra training for the police. Okay, and perhaps this is also an idea, give them medicine, perhaps to make them more equipped for the job. If they have anger management issues, if they have ADHD, if they have autism, give them medicine. Okay. Elon Musk is creating a thing called Neuralink. Neuralink, if you know what it is. I'll show you the episode of the Joe Rogan Experience. It's a device one could put in someone's mind. Elon Musk, Joe Rogan. Elon Musk and Joe Rogan had a thing together. Okay. Elon Musk reveals new details about Neuralink, his brain implant technology. JRE clips, 3.4 million views 8 months ago. Okay, take a good look. Okay, that could be a solution to that. You could cure learning disabilities by putting the Neuralink devices inside people's minds, perhaps cure autism, ADHD, what have you, whatever learning disability. Perhaps insert name, then perhaps it could be cured. Okay. Now, let's take another look, though. Elon Musk has also been another advocate for disabled. Perhaps not for the disabled, but for improving education. Elon Musk, on this program called, there is this YouTube channel called The Richest, 74,000 views, 5 months. So Elon Musk invented his own school. How Elon Musk invented his own school. Okay, yeah. They take a good look at it. Took a good look. How Elon, the riches. And then there is a stress on critical thinking. I highly encourage people to watch this. Perhaps skills that would not be so lag behind. I believe he created the school, and it was for SpaceX employees, children. Imagine if they could do that for disabled people. perhaps going to better special education. Okay. Once again, if there is a school choice, give them larger vouchers, give them an E, and charity, perhaps. If a flat tax was implemented, there could be tax write-offs or tax breaks if people who run corporations created jobs for the disabled. Like I said, because the disabled are an externality, so more money should be given towards them. Okay? And Elon Musk put an emphasis on critical thinking. Thank you.